everybody. We are going to continue the exercise 12A, right? Before we continue this exercise, we will just have a quick summary of the important results that we have seen in the video part 1, right? As you can see on the board, we have information about the 4 parabolas, right? The first column belongs to right-hand parabola, second left-hand parabola, third column belongs to upward parabola, and fourth column belongs to downward parabola. Now, the facts that you see, for example, I will show you that directrix x is equal to minus a, or x is equal to a, y is equal to minus a, and so on. Any of these results that you see in the table, this result is applicable. This is the fact which exists only if the vertex is at the origin. If the vertex is at the origin. If the vertex is shifted somewhere else, then there will be some change. There will be changes in all these results that you see in the table, right? So how can we then calculate if the vertex is not at the origin? How are we going to calculate all the important results like directrix, the vertex, the focus, length of lateral rectum, equation of lateral rectum? All this, how are we going to calculate if the vertex is not at the origin? So this kind of questions we are now going to see in video part 2 for exercise 12A. Is it okay? In this case, we will be using the equation of parabola in the vertex form, right? So with this, I will show you that what is the vertex form of parabola, and then we'll continue some few questions based on those type 2 questions. We are taking question number 15 of exercise 12A. Question number 15. We have the equation of a parabola in the vertex form. We have equation of the parabola in the vertex form as you see in the question. The equation is 4 times y minus 1 whole square is equal to minus 7 times x minus 3. This is the equation of the parabola, right? And this is the equation in the form of vertex form. Is it okay? So now if it is in the vertex form, if this is the equation of the parabola in the vertex form, how are we going to calculate the facts that is given in the question, like the length of the lateral rectum, and then the coordinate of the focus and the vertex? So that's what we are going to see in this question. Is it okay? Okay. So first of all, I will show you the equation of the parabola in the vertex form. Equation of parabola in the vertex form. In the vertex form. Then we write this equation as y minus k whole square is equal to a times x minus h. This is the vertex form of the parabola, right? This is the vertex form of the parabola. This is the parabola of right-hand parabola type. This is the right-hand parabola type, where the equation was normally as y square as equal to 4ax. The right-hand parabola, we wrote it as, the result we got, the equation of the right-hand parabola we got was as equal to y square is equal to 4ax. But now this is the parabola, this is the equation of the parabola. This is the equation of right-hand parabola when the vertex is at the origin. But in this, the upper equation describes the equation of the right-hand parabola when the vertex is not at the origin. Is it very clear? So we are now going to see this type 2 question, right? In the first video, we have seen the question based on the second equation. Question number 15. The question number 15 is as we read Question number 15 of the parabola 4 times y minus 1 whole square is equal to minus 7x minus 1, x minus 3. If this is the equation of the parabola, then find the length of the lateral rectum and the coordinate of focus and the vertex. Okay, so here they are asking us only 3 things, but we will try to calculate many more things in all the information so that you get a better practice of how to calculate the different components of a parabola when the vertex is not at the origin and the parabola is in the vertex form. Is it okay? So our equation is solution. Our equation we have is 4 times y minus 1 whole to the power 2 is equal to minus 7x minus 3. This is the equation in the vertex form. So here what we can do is, for this y minus 1 we will assume as, so we will assume we will say put y minus 1, we can assume it as capital Y, and x minus 3 we will assume it as equal to capital X. And then when we put it in the equation, say this is equation number 1, when we put the value of y and x in the equation number 1, it will reduce to 4y square is equal to minus 7, and then this will become x. Now to write this equation in the standard form, to write the equation of the parabola, we will take this 4 to the right hand side. It will become minus 7 over 4 and then x. Now this is the equation. This equation, it belongs to left hand parabola. Is it okay? Left hand parabola. Now since this is left hand parabola, we can calculate the value of lattice rectum. You know that lattice rectum, it used to be 4a is equal to this value. 4a is equal to this value. So this is equal to minus 7 over 4. And this implies the value of our a we will get is minus 7 over 4 will go down. So 4 4s are 16. The value of a we got is minus 16. Now for this equation, we are going to first of all calculate the directrix. Now you can keep the table in front of you. To find these values, it's very important to keep the table in front of you. Directrix. According to the table, the directrix of this right hand parabola is supposed to be x is equal to a. X is equal to a. Now, where is your x? This x is here, right? That means this x minus 3, this will be equal to, this will be replaced by x minus 3. X minus 3 will, this directrix is x is equal to a. So this x we will take from here, x minus 3, and this a we will take from here. The value of a is minus 7 over 16. Now we can find the value of x. Therefore, this is x is equal to minus 3 will go to the other side, will become plus. This is 3 and then 7 over 16. When we calculate, 16 3s are 48. 48 minus 7 will come 41 and then over 16. Over 16. So our directrix will become equal to x is equal to 41 over 16. This is the value of our directrix. Is it okay? Now we are going to calculate the vertex. Vertex. When we calculate the value of vertex, we know that the vertex for all the parabola is same. This used to be equal to 0 and 0, where x and y coordinate both are equal to 0. Now we are going to calculate. This is for the that parabola whose vertex is at 0 0 at the origin. But here for this parabola, the vertex is not at the origin. It is already translated, right? So we are now going to calculate the vertex of this given parabola. Now this value, this is x coordinate, this is y coordinate. So x coordinate in your equation is y minus 1. So we can equate this y, this value will be compared to this one on comparing. Y minus 1 will be equal to 0, and therefore the y coordinate for your parabola will be equal to 1. And similarly, we can calculate the x coordinate for that parabola. For that, x minus 3 will be compared to this, this y minus 1 is calculated, okay, compared to this 0, and x minus 3 will be compared to x coordinate. So x minus 3 will be equal to 0, and this implies your x is equal to 3. Therefore, the coordinate of the vertex will be equal to x coordinate is 3, y coordinate is 1. Is it very clear? Now, let us calculate the equation of lattice rectum. Equation of lattice rectum. Equation of lattice rectum used to be x is equal to minus a. X is equal to minus a. This is the equation of lattice rectum. Please remember this. Now we are going to calculate the length of the lattice rectum. This x we can have it from x minus 3 here. On comparison, x minus 3 is equal to, and then minus a, right? This is minus, and then your a is already minus a over 7, minus 7 over 16. So we can have this as minus 7 over 16. Now when we open the bracket, this will become 7 over 16, and this minus 3 we will send to that side, so that we can have the equation of the lattice rectum. This will become 7 over 16 This minus will become plus. So this is 3. Now 16 3s are 48. 48 plus 5, 7. It will become 55. This will be 55 over 16. And therefore, the equation of your lattice rectum will be x is equal to 55 over 16. This is the equation of your lattice rectum. Is it okay? Now, if we have, now last one is, we will find the length of the lattice rectum. Length of lattice rectum. The length of lattice rectum, we have seen it is always equal to 4a. Length of lattice rectum is always 4a. Now, here we are going to find the length of lattice rectum. So this is 4 and 4 and now a. Actually, we got the value of a as equal to minus 17 over 16, right? But please be very mindful. Here we are calculating the length. We are calculating the length. Therefore, we have nothing to do with the sign. Is it okay? Therefore, we will take only the magnitude because we want to only describe the length. And now we can simplify. This 4 4s are 16. Finally, the length of your lattice rectum is 7 over 4. So, this is how we will calculate the information for equation which is in the transferred form, right? Which is in the vertex form. Now, here one more thing I would like to tell you is we don't have a space. Maybe I will delete the question and then I will show you the focus for the right hand parabola. Focus for the right hand parabola used to be, sorry, left hand parabola is minus a and then 0. This is, if you look at the table, in the table the focus is given as minus a and then 0. This minus a is from the x coordinate. Therefore, we will take this x minus 3. So x minus 3 and this is equal to minus a. This minus a is equal to how much? With the sign we will take, okay, 7 over 16. 7 over 16. This is your, I will take with the sign. Now, we will find the value of x. So, therefore, this 3 will, when this 3 moves to the other side, it will become positive. So, your focus, this is x is equal to, minus 3 will become positive and then this is minus 7 over 16. This will come as how much? 16 is 48, minus 7 is 41. 41 over 16. This is the value of your x, right? Now, we are going to find the coordinate of the focus. So, since the space is not much, let me change the color so that I can make you clear that what is the coordinate of the focus. The coordinate of the focus, the value of x will become 41 over 16 and the value of y is, the value of y will be obtained from this part. Y minus 1 is equal to 0. Now, when y minus 1 is equated to 0, then y will be equal to 1 because minus 1 will go to the other side and this will become the coordinate of your focus. Is it okay? So, this is the coordinate of your focus, this is the coordinate of your vertex, this is the equation of your lattice rectum and this is the length of your lattice rectum. This is the equation of lattice rectum and this is the length of your lattice rectum. Don't be confused. We will see some few more questions. Now, the next question we are moving on to is question number 16. Question number 16, Roman number 1. In both the questions, here there are two questions, Roman number 1 and Roman number 2. In both the questions, we have to find out the same thing for two different equations. We have to find the coordinate of the vertex, the focus, and the directrix of the given parabola. Now, let us see how do we do this question. First of all, we need to have the equation. We will write down the equation. This is Roman number 1, solution of Roman number 1. The equation we have is y square minus 2y plus 8x minus 23 is equal to 0. This is your equation, right? Now, we will first of all write down this equation in the vertex form. And for writing this equation in the vertex form, we will separate this x and y, right? We will have y in one side and remaining all the terms we will take to the other side. Now, this we can write then as y square minus 2y and this 2 term will go to the other side. This 8x minus 23 will go to the other side. So, it will become now, this plus 8x will become negative 8x and this negative 23 will become positive 23, right? Here we need to remember that if we have this, the equation in the form of general equation, right, then this y term we will always convert in the form of perfect square. this left hand side we will always convert in the form of perfect square. And for converting this in the form of perfect square, we have a technique. The technique is, look at the coefficient of y, right? Make it half and then add square of that. Again, I am repeating. Coefficient of y will be made half and then square of that half will be added on both the side. Means y square minus 2y. This is your quotient. Now half of the coefficient of y is 1. This is 2 and half of this 2 is 1. So now we need to introduce square of that half. Square of that 1. This one is the half of this 2. And then square of that half will be introduced on both the side. So left hand side we have introduced. Now right hand side also we need to introduce as 23. And then this is 1 square means we can write this as simply 1. Right? Now as a result on the left hand side, this will then change into a minus b whole square. So our equation will then reduce to 1 y minus 1 whole square, and right hand side will become minus 8x plus 23. Sorry, 24 now. 23 plus 1 is 24. Now on the right hand side, if you can see, there is some common factor, so we will take it out. This is y minus 1 whole square is equal to minus 8. If we take out as the common factor, then inside the bracket we will be left with x minus 3. Right? Now this is the equation in the vertex form. In the previous question number 15, we had our equation in this form. See the difference between question number 16 and question number 15. Question number 15 we had in the form of vertex form, whereas question number 16 we are given in the form of general form. So when the equation is given in the general form, we need to convert that into vertex form so that we can give answer. Is it okay? Now our equation is ready. So first of all, what we will do is, all the component we will find out, but before, the first thing that we will find out is always the value of a, right? This will give you the lattice vector. We know the length of lattice vector is 4a, and this 4a is equal to the number that you see outside the bracket, that is minus 8, so minus 8. And this implies from here we can have the value of a as equal to minus 8 divided by 4 will come equal to minus 2. So this is one of the results that will help you to find out the other many things. Okay, so we will be using this. Now, first thing that we are going to find out is the coordinate of the vertex. We are going to find the coordinate of the vertex. Now, if you can keep the table in front of you, that table will help you always, right? You don't need to memorize the values, but you need to have the table always in front of you. According to the table, now because you can see here, this I can read as y square minus 8x, right? So if I replace this y minus 1 by capital Y and x minus 3 by capital X, in this case this equation will reduce to y square is equal to minus 8, and this will become your capital X. Now we can see that this is the equation of parabola, right? Y square is equal to something. That means either this is left hand parabola or it is right hand parabola. But here, because there is a minus sign, that means this parabola is definitely a left hand parabola. This parabola is left hand parabola. Is it okay? Now we can go to the table, column number 2 of the table, and then we can have the value of the vertex. In the table, you will see the coordinate of the vertex is 0, 0. Vertex for all the type of parabola is same, 0, 0 only. But for this given parabola, what is the vertex? Because it is not, the vertex of this parabola is not at the origin. It is in the translated form. So now we are going to find the coordinate of the vertex. So this is x component, this is y coordinate, right? So this value can be calculated by comparing with the x value, and this y can be calculated by comparing with y value. So x value will be equal to x minus 3. This will be equal to, this is 0. We are comparing this with this one. So we are getting the value of x as equal to 3. Likewise, y minus 1 will be compared with this value of y, and so this is equal to 0, and therefore your y is equal to 1, and therefore the coordinate of the vertex we got is, with the red color I will write so that it will make you more clear. The coordinate of the vertex we got, x value is equal to 3 and y value we got as equal to 1. Hope the image is clear. Now after this we have to find the coordinate of the focus. We are finding the coordinate of the focus. For left hand parabola, the focus coordinate used to be minus a and 0. Look at the table. From the table you will get this focus. Is it okay? Now we are going to find the value of this x coordinate and the value of y coordinate so that we can have the coordinate of the focus. Now this will be compared with the x coordinate, that is x minus 3. X minus 3. This x minus 3 is compared with the value of a, and that is equal to minus 2. This is minus 2. Is it okay? And therefore the x coordinate for the focus will become equal to x is equal to this minus 3 will go to that side, will become plus 3, and this is minus 2, so this will be equal to 1. Now we are going to calculate the value of y. Y will be compared with this y minus 1. So y minus 1 is equal to 0 comparison, and therefore the y will be equal to 1. Therefore the coordinate of the focus we got is x value 1 and y value also is equal to 1. Therefore the coordinate of the focus is, the coordinate of the focus is 1 and 1. This is the coordinate of the focus. Is it very clear? Now we are going to find the directrix. Now once again I want you to look into the table. According to the table, the directrix is equal to x is equal to a. The directrix is x is equal to a, right? Therefore now according to the table, because x is equal to a, now this x we can take it from x minus 3. So this is x minus 3, and then this a will be taken from here. This is positive because this is left hand parabola, right? So this x will be the a will be positive. Therefore we will take the positive value of this a as equal to 2, and this implies your x will be equal to 3 plus 2 as equal to 5. This is equal to 5. This is the value of x is equal to 5, and the directrix used to be x is equal to 5. So we can say the directrix value is, again with the red color I can write, the value of directrix will be x is equal to 5 for your given parabola. Is it clear? Now we are taking question number 23. Question number 23 says, find the equation of the parabola whose focus is -2 and 1 and the directrix is 6x minus 3y is equal to 8. Right? So let us see how do we do this question. Solution, question number 23. Right? Let us draw our coordinate. Right? Now according to this coordinate, now the focus is given as -2 and 1. -2 and 1 somewhere here. This is the focus, right? This is the focus, and then we are going to now and then we have the equation, right? Focus. Now maybe when the focus is given that way, maybe the parabola is left hand parabola, or maybe the parabola could be a right hand parabola, right? Because we are simply given focus, right? And then if we have to find out the equation of the parabola, right? We don't know exactly that whether it is left hand parabola or it is right hand parabola. If this is so, in such case what we can do is we will always go for the right hand parabola, right? Because in right hand parabola we have mostly positive things. So we are going to take this parabola, right? So now this is the parabola that we are going to consider. Please look at this parabola. We are going to consider this parabola, right? This is the focus. Now let us draw the axis, right? And now on this parabola, we have a point somewhere here whose coordinate can be assumed as equal to x and y. This question already we have seen. The beginning first few questions are of the same type, right? And then this is the focus. We can mark it as S, right? And the coordinate of the focus is given as -2 and 1. The coordinate of the focus is given as -2 and 1. We have considered a point P on the parabola whose coordinate is considered as x and y. Now from this point P, we will drop a perpendicular on the directrix, right? And mark this as M, right? Now with this, we are going to start finding the equation of the parabola. This line can be joined. So using the definition of parabola, right? You know, like PS, distance PS has to be equal to the distance PM, right? Okay, here the equation of the directrix is given as 6x minus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0. This is the equation of the directrix given. So let us see. PS will be distance formula x plus 2 minus plus. So this is x plus 2 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square root over. And then right hand side PM, using the distance of a point from a line, right? We can use the formula. This is the equation 6x minus 3y minus 8 mod of, and then the coefficient of sum of the coefficient of x and y, sum of the square of the coefficient of x and y, that is the square of 6 is 6 square plus the square of 3 is 3 square, and then root over this. This 3, actually the coefficient of y is negative, but because we are squaring, so ultimately this will become positive. That is why I am taking this as positive value, so there should not be any confusion. Now to solve this, we are going to square on both the sides, squaring both the sides, we can write this as the square root sign will disappear, and we will expand this x plus 2 whole square. So this will be x square plus 4x plus 4, then y minus 1 whole square. It will be y square minus 2y plus 1. And on the right hand side, when you are squaring, this will turn into 6x minus 3y minus 8 whole square, and in the denominator, this will, the square root sign will disappear. So 36 plus 9 will become 45, right? Now left hand side will be as it is, and then right hand side we are going to apply a plus b plus c whole square. So this is a square means 36x square, b square means 9y square, and then c square means 64. Then minus 2 into this, minus 2 into this, so minus 18, and then 18 to the 36xy, right? And then this into this now. These both are negative, so it will become positive. So it's here 24 to the 48 plus 48y. Then first and the last term, the product will become negative. This is minus 48 to the 96x. Is it okay? Now bring all the terms in one side and simplify. Okay, and then same time we have this 45 also in the denominator. That 45, if we take it to the left hand side, then this 45 will multiply all these terms in the left hand side. So let me write that part also. This is 45x square. Then 45 fours are 180x. Then 45 fours are 180. Then 45 into y square is 45y square. Then 45 twos are 90 minus 90y, and then plus 45, right? So this is all the term in the left hand side, and these are all the terms in the right hand side. Now we are going to bring all the terms in the left hand side, and then we are going to simplify. So x and x, the 45 minus 36 will become 9x square. Then 180x here, and then this is minus 96. Now minus 96, when it comes to the left hand side, it will become plus 96. So 180 plus 96 will become 276x. Now after this, we can bring this minus 36xy to the side. It will become 36xy, and then we have 45y square here, and this 9y square here. This, when it comes to this side, it will become plus 36y square, then minus 90y, and then from the right hand side we have 48y. This 48y, when it comes to this side, it will become minus 48y. So this will become minus 90 minus 48 will become minus 138y, right? This x square is brought here, y square is brought here. Okay, then this 36xy also is brought here, 48y also is shifted. 96 also is shifted. Now we are only left with the constant. So the right hand side we have 64 and left hand side we have 180 plus 245. That means, 180 plus 45 is equal to 225. From this 225 we can subtract 64. 224, 180 plus 225 minus, if we subtract 64, it becomes 12 times 12 minus 6, 1. This is 161, this is 161, and this is equal to 0. Finally, this is the equation of your parabola. Right? Hope you have found this question easy, because the same question we had in the beginning also, and in the first video also, you will see all the questions are based on the same type only, where the directrix is given and then the focus is given. So with the equation of the directrix and the focus, we can use this formula and then find out the equation of the parabola. Now we are taking one more question of this exercise, that is question number 25. Question number 25 is the equation y square minus 4y minus 4x plus 16 is equal to 0 represents a parabola. Find its vertex and the focus. So again, here we are given our equation of parabola in the general form, and we have to find the coordinate of the vertex and the focus. Is it okay? So let us see. Again, same type question. Solution. First of all, the equation is given as y square minus 4y, then minus 4x, and then plus 16 is equal to 0. This is the equation of the parabola given. The similar question we have done before also. Now you might have noticed, now you may remember that in such kind of question, what we do is we first of all separate this y from all the elements. Is it okay? So we can write this as y square minus 4y is equal to 4x minus 16. Right? This is the first thing that we did. We separated this y from all the element. We did it now. After this, if you remember, what we have done is we have converted this left hand side into perfect square. And for converting this left hand side into perfect square, what we did is we made the coefficient of y as half, and then we have taken the square of that half. Okay. Now the coefficient of y is 4, and then the square of half of this 4 is 2, and the square of the 2 is 2 square. So we will introduce this square of 2 on both the side. It will become then y square minus 4y plus 2 square on the left hand side, and 4x minus 16 plus 2 square also on the right hand side. As a result, this left hand side will always convert into perfect square. We can write this as y minus 2 whole square. This is because the middle term is minus, therefore this will be minus. If this middle term was plus, then it could have been plus 2. Okay, and right hand side now, what we will have is 4x, and this 2 square means 4. Minus 16 plus 4 will become minus 12. Minus 12. Now on the right hand side we have some common factor, so we will take it out. Left hand side as it is y minus 2 whole square, and right hand side we will take out 4 as a common factor, and this will be x minus 3. Now from here, now we got this equation in the form of vertex form. Now if we assume this y minus 2 as capital Y, then this will become y square is equal to 4, and this x minus 3 we will assume as equal to capital X, so this will become equal to capital X. Now when you see this equation, you will realize that this is the equation of right hand parabola. This is the equation of right hand parabola. You can again look at the table. Table is very important for you to keep always in front. When compare, you will find that this is a right hand parabola. Is it okay? Now that means now we have to find the directory. What we have to find out the coordinate of the focus and the vertex for the right hand parabola. Okay. Now the first thing that we will do immediately is we will find the value of a. This will be equal to 4a. The coefficient of x is always the latest rectum, and latest rectum length is equal to 4a. So this 4a will be equal to the coefficient of x, that is equal to 4, and this implies your a will be equal to 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1. So you got the value of a as equal to a. A is equal to 1. This will help you to find out the coordinate of the vertex or the coordinate of the focus. Is it okay? So now we are going to find the vertex. We are asked to calculate the vertex. And you know very clearly that at least vertex is very simple for any kind of parabola, because vertex is always same for all the parabola, and the coordinate of the vertex used to be always 0 and 0. Now we are going to find out the coordinate of this vertex, because it is in the transformed form. So the coordinate of the vertex is not at the origin. So we need to find out that where is the coordinate of the vertex. Therefore we will calculate the value of x and the value of y by comparing. So we are going to compare this x coordinate with x minus 3. So x minus 3 will be equal to 0, and this implies your x is equal to 3. Likewise, we will calculate the value of y. For this, we will compare this 0, this y, with y minus 2. So also y minus 2 will be equal to 0, and therefore your y is equal to 2. And therefore you got the coordinate of your vertex as what? X coordinate is 3 and y coordinate is 2. Therefore the coordinate of the vertex is 3 and 2. This will become the coordinate of your vertex, 3 and 2. Hope I could make you clear. Now we have to find the coordinate of the focus. We will find the coordinate of the focus. For the right hand parabola, the focus used to be A0. Look at the table, and then the table will tell you that the coordinate of the focus for the right hand parabola is A0. Right? A0. Now A we calculate as equal to 1. So this will be compared, this A will be compared with the x coordinate. This will be the x coordinate of your focus, and this will give you the y coordinate of your focus. So we will calculate the x value for focus as comparing with this as equal to x minus 3. So x minus 3, and A we have calculated as equal to how much? 1. Therefore your x will be equal to 4. And likewise we will calculate the value of y. So also we will calculate the value of y. This will be y minus 2. Y minus 2 will be equal to this 0, and therefore your y will be equal to 2. And this way we got the coordinate of our focus. X value is 4 and y value is 2. This becomes the coordinate of your focus. Is it okay? Let us also calculate the value of the directrix. We will calculate also the value of the directrix. Directrix. Now once again, I will suggest you to look at the table, right? And then in the table for the right hand parabola, the directrix is x is equal to negative a. X is equal to negative a, right? Now to calculate the directrix, x is equal to negative a. And this a we have calculated as equal to, this x will be compared with x minus 3, and this a will be compared with the value that we have, the value that we got. So x is actually x minus 3, and this is equal to minus sign, and then a value is 1, so 1. Therefore your x will be equal to, when minus 3 goes to that side, it will become plus 3. So plus 3 minus 1 is equal to 2, right? And therefore this becomes the equation of your directrix as x is equal to 2. With this, we are ending the exercise 12a. Thank you so much, and remaining the questions you have to do as assignment.